we're live. Look at that finger coming in from Sam Garfield, producer Sam. Welcome to Crosspod Wordcast. Another episode, another day. I'm Daniel.
I'm David.
And with us this week is Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin.
Erin Montgomery.
That's me.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And, it's been a pretty boring day. Today is January 7th, 2021. You guys gotten used to saying 21 yet? 2021?
I tried to say it the other day and it doesn't roll off the tongue. 2021 feels like you're tripping.
Yeah. It's like too much. It's like, just stop. 2020. That was
and
such a nice...
It sound like 2020 was victorious somehow to say 2021.
Yeah.
When it lost.
It did lose. Well, we grew. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So 2021 is proving to be maybe every bit as eventful as 2020. I mean,
so far, nothing's happened though, right?
Yeah.
You said today was a pretty boring day.
Yeah. Yesterday. No. This just to date this, place this in people's minds. We're hoping these episodes will have a real long tail. This is going to be some real evergreen shit right here.
Yeah, you could press play on this episode 10 years from now and it'll be fun to hear.
Yeah. 100 years from now.
Sure.
100 years from now.
Yeah, because it's like, you like reading word puzzles from 1921.
Sure, those time capsules.
Oh, yeah. Well, so
actually, wait. Why don't you guys do that on at least one of these? Come on, find an old one.
Oldest we've done so far was 1993. I think we did.
We did one in the 90s. We've done a few in the thousands.
Yeah,
but we haven't gone all the way back to the early days. And honestly, it's because the New York Times archive doesn't go back that far. So we'll have to do some digging, or maybe
I'll make some phone calls.
Yeah, make some phone calls, or a listener out there who has connections. They can always contact us at crosspodwordcast@gmail.com or on Twitter at xpodwordcast@gmail.com.
You follow us on Instagram, and if you are watching the stream right now and you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Right
Clearly,
there.
hit that button.
Hit that button, and if you're just listening on the pod, then hit that button. Subscribe.
And then there's
to the
also
pod.
even a notification bell that will tell you, hey, this is happening. This video there's activity on this channel. But if you don't want to press that button, you can tend to expect us on Thursday nights around this time.
Yeah.
I was excited when I Googled your podcast to find it on Spotify.
Oh yeah, it's on all the
platforms. It's everywhere. You guys,
we go to the same parties as Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
We smoke from the same pipe as Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Well, I'm honored to be invited. I actually really am.
Well, Erin, since you're here, since we've got you, tell us your history with crossword puzzles and what are some areas of knowledge that you might hope to be best prepared to spring to the ready with that answer.
Okay. I am a Class A know-it-all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I enjoy wordplay. And I think that's probably my biggest qualification. Both of my parents have degrees in English, and so words, we just loved words at our house. My experience with crossword puzzles is that I love puzzles and I love words, and so crossing those two things together, the confluence of those two items are something that makes me extremely happy. I just like puzzles. I like solving things, so this is perfect. I don't think I have ever done the New York Times crossword puzzle, so
it'll be fun to introduce.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going to have to learn how they display the clues, and that will be part of my own puzzle, is learning the method that the New York Times uses.
Yeah.
So,
what are some of the areas of knowledge that you think you might be, quick on the draw for? I know that you know a lot about music.
I do know a lot about music.
Well, you know a lot about you know a lot about music theory, and you know a lot about music.
I know a lot about general music.
Yeah.
I did study music for a long time. I know a lot about. I hope that they're like kids references. Do they have stuff like kids movie stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
Sometimes
I might be helpful with that. I don't. Like I said, I told you earlier, I'm a little bit nervous about being the dumb one on this podcast. I hope though that I'm gonna bump. You'll set Spike.
Perfect. That's all it takes.
I'm here to just set you up.
Yeah. Well, and David, go ahead, please.
That is the best way. A crossword puzzle is fun to do alone, but there's a charm to doing it as a group. That's why we like to do this podcast.
Yeah.
And with our minds combined, we're bound to solve this puzzle, and it would be harder if it was just two of us.
Right. And we all benefit from lower expectations, but yes, we are bound to solve this puzzle.
Well, so let's sally forth, shall we?
I think we shall. Today's puzzle is constructed by two folks. It's Matthew Stock and Sid Sivakumar. Recognize that name, Daniel?
Yeah, I remember remembering that name more than once. Or maybe I just remember remembering it once.
But we've come across puzzles constructed by Sid several times, but this is a joint construction, so it might be even that much. It took two brains to create it, and it might be that much harder.
It's a Kumar joint.
Yeah, yeah, right. So shall we jump in?
Let's jump in, and it's just me today. You guys are just going to watch on screen as I pull it up here.
Right.
So we have a pretty standard looking thing. It's kind of it's inversely reflected.
Yes.
Symmetrical across the top left to the bottom right axis, which is that different than often? Is it sometimes from the?
It's from either.
Top,
it does.
right?
It does either one. I think.
Or it's very
occasionally symmetrical down the line. Yeah.
Yeah. This one kind of almost looks like little escalators or stairs or something.
Yeah. Snakies. But mostly, you could say that this, like a lot of puzzles, it's divided up into 9 sections, roughly.
Yeah. Yeah. Did we just say is there a word for each of those sections? Can you call it a nonant?
Yeah, we did try to fuddle
quadrants
to make up whatever that word might be.
Would it be a noventant?
Noventant. Well, surely we could include that in our etymological pass at the end.
We sure could.
I find it interesting that you guys are examining the layout of the puzzle, and I'm just trying. I'm already reading the clues.
Jumping in there. Well, please lead us off. Where did your eyes take you?
Let's start, and don't forget, we want to start by describing the answer for our listening audience. Yeah, what answer do you want to solve? Yeah, where are we going?
Well, I think I know number 4 across.
4 across.
Okay.
Let's
jump right to it.
Long,
it's
blank,
5
blank,
letters.
blank, blank, blank.
5 letters, blank, blank, blank. Drum typically played with one hand. Here's the thing. You can play the bongo with one hand, but I think that would be too obvious.
Yeah. Drums that are part of a drum set, you are usually playing them with one hand. Like if you break down a drum set into toms, snare. But I wouldn't say that a snare is only typically played with one hand. In fact, you do play that one a lot.
With 2.
I don't know. Yeah, so wait, you think you know it though? You say so.
Well, what I should have said is I had some thoughts immediately about number 4. I had some thoughts immediately about number 15, and so I was just thinking, hey, let's start somewhere.
Yeah. Your mind went right for the musical clue. Too.
Well, it's really obvious. I mean, it's really apparent. Neither of those are what I mean. See, I'm so good with words already.
Well, what when you look at 4 across, when the clue drum typically played with one hand, what do you think it might be? What?
Okay, so there is help me with the word, because I will describe this to you and then maybe we can come back to it. There is a Brazilian drum that has a
djembe.
DJ. That one's African, but DJEMBE. That's 6.
I forgot about
too
the
many
D.
letters. Oh, we're upside down.
I fixed it. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, what if we? You said should we do 15 across?
What was the other one you said? 15 across?
15 across.
Yeah,
a quick haircut.
Blank, 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 blank. Quick haircut.
Buzz?
A buzz.
Oh, I was thinking
A
trim.
snip, or a trim.
A trim. It could also be. So let's maybe try one of these, like 10 down or 11 down, and see if it gives us a hint to trim or buzz.
And those are each 4-letter answers.
Yeah. So 10 down.
10 down. Bring bad luck.
Like portend or.
How many is it? I can't see our number 10 down. Will you tell me how many letters we have?
4 letters.
4 letters down.
Yeah. Blank, 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 blank.
To bring bad luck.
Bring bad luck.
Nothing's coming to mind. Let's move on to 11
cool.
down.
What about
you like
cool?
Cool?
Yeah.
Bring bad luck. Cool?
Oh yeah, like that William H. Macy movie.
Yeah, the cooler.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Let's confirm it by seeing 9 across. Is it blank C blank? If the C from cool is right, blank C blank.
Outfit rarely worn out, for short. Like a robe, like something you would wear inside.
Indoors, yeah.
But for short. So what's an abbreviated indoor garment?
PJs.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
cool is not good.
Cool is not good. Cool also didn't really work with buzz or trim.
Oh, buzz or trim. Okay. So we have PJs.
For short.
Pajamas, of course. We all know.
So if trim is right, then it would be JI. If buzz is right, it would be JZ.
JI would be jinx. Bring bad luck. JI would be jinx.
Oh, that's good.
Love it.
That's real good.
And that confirms for us your 15 across answer, which was
trim.
Daniel, can you do me a little favor? And I cannot see the right
top right corner.
Any of maybe hold on, maybe I
you can
move
your little the little faces in Zoom. You can drag us down to another.
Yeah, that spot. See, problem solved. Done. I can now see all of it. Perfect. Right.
10 down or 11 down now.
11 down is SM
blank.
It's me.
Disney henchman with long white sideburns. Indeed.
SMEE.
It's me. It's guys. It's me.
It's me.
Knock
Maybe.
knock.
Smee's the one played by
Bob Hoskins.
Bob
in
Hoskins,
Hook.
yeah, in Hook.
No other notable Smees in my mind.
The Disney one, maybe.
Yeah, he's the notablest.
Yeah.
18 across. Blank blank NE.
Top of the line.
A1.
Like
the steak
like
sauce.
the sauce. Yeah, top of the line. Oh, I'm interested in whatever 20 might be with the XE at
right,
the end.
Me too.
It's 6 blanks and XE.
Get your negative energy out of here.
You are calling in from like a yoga studio, aren't you?
No, I.
Oh, you left
I left because I was having laptop issues, and I figured I'd come home where there's some more.
And a little bit of negative energy from the laptop, it sounds like.
Oh, just a little bit. Well, we all have to learn. All right, get your negative energy out of here. Ending with an XE.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's come back to it. This may end up being part of a theme.
Because it is a long one, like 16 across and 20 across.
Yeah. Thursday. So here's a bit of New York Times ease. New York Times crossword. Inside cross. Here's some inside crossword for the New York Times. The puzzles get harder throughout the week, leading up to Friday or leading up to Saturday. Saturday's the hardest, and then Sunday is a bigger puzzle with a named theme. The puzzle has a name or a title or whatever, and it's part of the overall theme. But Thursdays we found typically do have some kind of theme, even though they're not titled with a theme. So the longer ones usually have to do with that theme, and we could jump to the heart of it by jumping to that 36 across.
I am curious to see what 36 across looks like. It's all the way. It's 15 letters long. It's the full grid, and it's the very center of the puzzle. And so what's the clue?
15 letters long.
Yeah.
2000 black comedy directed by Frank Oz. So the year 2000, presumably.
It's actually 2007.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2007. I saw that and still didn't read it because I was...
You were just already going through your mind, where was I in 2000? What was I doing? And which black comedies was I going to?
2007.
Frank Oz is an
Frank
interesting
Oz.
director because didn't he direct like The Score?
Yeah, the Edward Norton and Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro movie, The Score.
Yeah, which was not a black comedy.
No.
Can you think of any black?
2007.
He did that one movie that was like, it was like a funeral. It's like dinner and a funeral or something like that. And it was remade at one point.
Well, let's maybe let's see if there's anything that seems to connect the clue here.
Okay.
We have no idea at the moment.
Right.
To like these long ones, maybe 16 across is a 10-letter answer.
Right, and the clue there is cocktail specification. On the rocks.
On the rocks. Nice. That works, David.
It fits, but we'll see. I guess
fits.
we'll find out if that means with ice on the works.
On the works.
On the works.
On the works.
Daniel's
on the
clearly
works.
never had an alcoholic beverage.
What was I
before.
thinking of? Give me the works. All right. Well, let's confirm. Maybe let's see 4, 5, 6 down and see if
Good. Yeah.
those.
The blank E for 4 down.
Thanks. Texter's message at THX. Thanks.
Texter's message of appreciation. So THX. So on the rocks.
Oh dear.
Must say cannot work.
THX.
Let's see.
But that would be a lot of X's.
Maybe that's a theme.
Let's try
Maybe
like
the X is the theme.
Because that is an X on the long ones.
Oh, that's a couple
X
X's on
16,
long
20.
ones. Yeah. Malcolm
maybe-
X. What was a black comedy that would have an X in it?
I don't know. Let's do 4. Wait. This is the drum. It starts with a T now.
Tabor. 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 T-A-B-O-R. Tabor.
Okay.
T-A-B-O-R. Yeah.
That's
It's a big drum, right?
Yeah.
One hand.
One hand.
Okay. Should we do?
Of French origination. It also it is related to the tambourine. Same boop, 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 so like single-handed. Same etymology, I believe.
We'll have to look it up. We do. We should also explain that after we're done solving the puzzle, we're going to do an etymological pass, and we're going to learn the words.
Look up the things we didn't know, like Tabor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll have, after the etymological pass, we'll have ourselves an arts section where we'll share some art with each other.
The Brazilian drum that I was thinking of that it isn't, just in case you're wondering, is the cuica. That's the sound it makes.
Yeah,
what was that?
Not a very percussive sound.
What was that?
Like rhythmic. It's like a
it's in that song. It's in the song "Down by the Schoolyard" with Julio, whatever that song is.
Oh, the Paul Simon song.
Paul Simon song.
Down
Yes,
by
thank
the
you. Okay.
Schoolyard.
Unrelated.
It's like that noise. I know what you're talking about. It's like it sounds very organic, like it's like a bird call.
That's called a cuica. That was my first thought, but it's not. It's the Tabor, I believe.
Well, let's check 5 down, 6 down.
Okay, 5 down is a blank blank.
Kind of TV cable.
Wait,
axial?
Aux,
AUX.
And then we have 2 X's in a row.
I think we're going to have a lot of X's. Let's look at 9 down and see if it's PROX. We have PRO and then 5 blanks, but I bet there's another X in there. We're starting to notice a pattern, and then that's how we get the theme.
Conflict
waged on behalf of superpowers. Pardon me, Daniel. Conflict waged on behalf.
Proxy war.
Proxy war.
Nice work.
Okay, so double X. Triple X. Did Frank Oz direct that black comedy Triple X?
The one with Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel? Or maybe it was Triple X State of the Union with Ice.
Should we look at like 13 across or 15 down? What do you think?
We already saw 20 across. Get your negative energy out of here.
Yeah.
Blank, 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 XXE.
XXE. And the X's are going to be something else. It's going to be like 20, or it's going to be Roman numerals or something.
Maybe.
Oh.
Watch your 20.
Or there's going to be a third X.
Could be.
But what's 15 down? Is that going to be an
15
X
down.
after
Okay.
15? TA followed by 6 blanks.
The clue?
15 down. Results of some foreclosure. Tax. Tax.
Break?
Sale. Tax.
No,
Foreclosure.
plural,
Tax.
probably.
Tax. With an S. Okay.
Okay, well, let's see. That's just a guess.
Tax liens. Yeah, LIENS.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. That one came in from producer Sam. Gave
Thank
us a
you,
nice
producer
little
Sam.
echo.
Now we have reason to believe that there are 3 X's on each of these long answers.
So it could
in the
be on
puzzle.
either side
Gen
there.
Xer.
Yeah.
17 would be a Gen Xer. But
So
how,
let's look
Sorry,
at
Gen
down. I'm sorry.
Xer.
3 letters
Like
down.
it.
But
So
that
it's
would make
another
that
X
triple
there, yeah.
X. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've
Okay.
now got triple X's. Could there be more X's?
Let's look at 6 down. That could
Only if
be
we want to
box.
get dirtier, right?
B blank maybe. Could be four.
Wait, Ultimate Driving Machine.
Oh, that's a BMW. Of
BMW.
course, a Bavarian Motorworks.
So the run of X's
machine.
seems to be limited maybe to 3.
Well, there could be 3 on the other. There could be an X on the
it
other
could be-
side.
it could
Dan.
be a whole
Three-
bunch, but
3
now
down
we
could
know.
have.
Now we know it's not just.
Let's work with
X's.
13 across just to see what that is. That's HUM blank blank blank.
The clue: big wheels. Big wheels.
Big wheels.
Hummer?
Hummers.
Hummer. Hummer.
Double M.
Just a Hummer, singular. Like, look, you should check out my wheels.
Right.
My big wheels.
Yeah. Check out my big wheels on my big wheel. Okay.
7, 8, 14 down.
Yeah. 7, 8.
Have
Seven-
you guys
seven
seen
down.
the new Hummer EV that's been announced and it's coming out next year?
No, an electric Hummer. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, I heard about that, but I haven't seen. Is there art of it or whatever?
There's
The pictures of it?
demonstrations of there's the vehicle itself is seen and has been reviewed and I think driven by some people. And
Has somebody thrown a sledgehammer at its windshield on screen on stage?
it's an important question to ask about every electric truck. And no, the answer to that is no. But you can count on it happening on some YouTube channel or something. Or it could be us. We could do it.
Oh, what a way to get famous! Remember those guys? Remember those guys who kept making puns about
sledgehammering their
throwing sledgehammers into a electric truck? Okay, let's 7 down. We should say, Erin, if you, I know you've some familiarity with how we do things, but to remind you and others. Oh, and I should really be paying attention to the chat here.
Oh,
We've got
do we have
Lindsay.
any,
We've
live
got
chat?
Lindsay Nicola, last week's
Lindsay.
guest, past week's guest. She called in last week because we were just we needed we could use it.
We needed help. Yeah.
And so this week she's on the chat. Proxy war and liens she gave us. So thank you for that.
Oh, thanks.
7 down. OM blank blank.
The clue there, poet who said, "Let others praise ancient times. I am glad I was born in these."
I don't know this. I have no idea for sure, but it seems like it would be Omar.
Yeah, that poet.
Which seems, yeah.
Omar.
I mean, isn't there a poet Omar?
Yeah, he's from
Ovid-
HBO's The Wire.
Yeah, that poet.
But just based on the OM for the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. A vowel seems appropriate with the W from BMW and the M there. Should we
You want to throw it in and see
throw
if
it in?
we get something on
Let's do 8 down. I think we got 2 letters. We got RE blank blank blank. Should we?
Yeah. Do
a landscaper's job on.
Ooh.
This makes me second guess my 2 previous answers.
I think I know.
Yeah, what do you
I think it's resawed.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's great. Probably. Let's see about
see,
maybe
we'll see.
26 across. D blank blank LY.
Symbol of freshness.
No. Daily. Symbol of
daily, but
daily.
yeah,
daily is a symbol of freshness, right?
yeah, because if you're doing it daily, if something daily is pretty fresh. We milk our cows daily.
And the milk is fresh.
I'm sorry, guys. That is.
Well,
I think could Leans be wrong?
Let's not.
Isn't it?
Daisy. Yes, Daisy.
So
fresh as a daisy. Okay, so
Yeah.
Tax sales.
Ooh,
yeah.
sales.
And sure enough, here's Lindsay. She's like, "Oh, Leans is wrong in the chat."
Yeah.
Dewey?
Okay.
Where did
Tax
she say
sales. Results
Dewey?
of some foreclosure is then the bank sells it as a tax sales.
Is that a guess? Or you don't sound so confident. Well, let's look at 21 down. What's this? Blank I blank.
Yeah.
They follow the noose. N-U-S, the noose, the nuss.
Oh, the news. That's
The news.
a letter in the alphabet, right? Is that a Greek?
Could this be like a word in another language, and the people who?
It's like some other letter in another alphabet.
Okay,
So
let's
it's going to be plural. It's going to end in S there. 30 across is going to be S blank W blank blank.
But maybe.
Oh,
You want to
maybe.
let's give it a go. S blank W blank blank. Okay.
That
in a
clue
wood
is
shop.
worked in a word shop, say. Sod.
Word shop? Did you say word shop?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about words. I got words on the mind.
Yeah. You crossed your woods.
Crossing my words for sure.
I
So now it's tax SAL. Could it be 35 across is LA blank blank and sales is the thing?
Looking good.
Yes, volcanologists study would be lava.
Oh, okay.
I love that clue. Love that answer.
Lava.
Probably is tax sales there.
Oh, sorry. I almost looked, but don't. Here, I gotta take it away so we're not even tempted to see it.
I don't know
Okay,
what
so
you're talking
now
about.
we have a game that we play, Aaron.
Yeah, the true clue
Do you
game.
notice on the grid, when you look on the grid, you see 31 and 32 down?
Yes.
And we have one letter only missing from the answer. So when there's only one missing, it's very limited in what it could be. And so what we like to do is each take a turn trying to think in our heads of what it could be. And then in order to claim that answer, we have to give each other a clue about it. So me and David will demonstrate on this first go round, and then you can jump in on the second go round. So unless something, if it calls you. So 31 down, EV blank. It could be Cybertrucks and others.
EVs.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be
yeah.
Tempted Adam.
Eve. Yeah.
Oh,
Adam's temptress.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say early sinner.
I was going to say Adam's second wife. If you're into that biblical history.
Who is his first wife?
Not Eve.
Lillian?
Lilith.
That's not actually in like it's like apocryphal.
Yes, that is apocryphal.
Isn't
it all apocryphal? I mean,
yeah, it's not like you can.
It's all invented by
people.
Look
it up on Wikipedia.
And I like it when there's vampires involved, if possible.
Yes, Adam and Eve, the vampire story, lasting love.
Oh, okay.
Lilith is a vampire. Like Lilith is this big vampire queen in a lot of stories.
So how about we pitch a network sitcom filmed in the style of The Office, the mockumentary of the Garden of Eden, and all the people in the Garden of Eden, and Adam talks to the animals and all of that, and you can get at least a couple seasons out of that.
Absolutely,
really good stuff.
But I'm not sure it would be. You could get a couple seasons out of it, but how many people would watch it? Non-believers, believers. Who's your audience that you're going for?
Well, our practice is to build it and imagine that people might come and see it. There's no expected audience to anything that we're going to do ever.
I mean,
so,
considering that there's not very many people watching the stream right now, at least.
But we could go up to where Daniel lives and get a garden in Eden and have a garden in Eden.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Good idea. Of Eden.
Good idea.
Okay,
and that's where we can film.
So now let's, David, did you have another submission you wanted to make before we look at the true clue of 31 down?
I was going to do an Eve one. I said, I was going to say.
You can, as long as it was a different, it would have to be a different meaning.
Yeah, different meaning. Okay.
You can carve out
the night before.
Meaning.
How about that?
Eve. Okay. True clue time for 31 down.
Eva.
Actress Mendez.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was just so excited to know the answer.
It is exciting.
Eva.
Eva, like Wally's girlfriend.
Well,
So
like
we can
Wally's
play-
girlfriend,
we
or
can play
like Eva Mendes, the actress.
So
The
True Clue
game,
game,
again.
32 down.
32 down. D-A blank. Well, it could be, we have to think of some clues that it could be.
It could be, we have to think of some clues that it could be.
It could be a couple of different things, and the three of us have to think of what it could be.
Okay.
And have a clue in mind and say that clue.
One blank at a time.
Dad?
One dad at a time. That's great.
That's Tinder profiles. You can name your profile, right? You can have like a, yeah. Anyone else have any submissions?
Waxy THC.
Dab.
Dab.
Oh, outing
Interesting.
yourself. But
yeah.
no big surprise on this show.
Shocker.
What else?
Host of Armchair Expert Blank Shepherd.
Dax. Ooh, the David's smart, getting in on that action.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see about it then. 32 down. True clue.
Indian lentil dish.
That's
Doll.
doll.
Usually with 2 A's, I think. But I'll take it with one.
Yeah. What do you call their cheese? What's the cheese called?
Their cheese.
Indian cheese. You can usually,
paneer.
paneer.
Paneer. Paneer.
Yeah.
It's a very tasty cheese. Can I assert that we should put funeral there? Funeral. That Frank Oz movie is. There's a funeral in the title.
You did say that.
Yes.
So
Good job.
What is it again, David?
I think it's like death at a funeral or something like that, or it's like a birthday and a funeral, or like a wedding and a funeral. It's like 4 weddings and a funeral.
Is it 4 weddings and a funeral?
It's
What
not
did-
I
that.
don't
what
think
did I
it's
do?
4 weddings and a funeral,
That
but
movie
it's not
came
a
out
funeral.
in the 90s, I think, and this is in 2007.
Right.
It's death. Maybe it's death at a funeral.
Death at a funeral.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
so
see
how does
if
that
it
tie?
works.
How does that get us into all of these?
Well,
triple X?
poison has 3 X's on the label, right? So that could be poison.
Yeah, and maybe X's like have to do with death,
Right.
in a way. So
What if the
Fact-
word poison is to be put in here? Like RO. So get your negative energy out of here, and ONEE. No, I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
well, let's look at 14 down. Maybe we can close this in
Okay,
here.
14 down. R blank blank A.
Italian stratovolcano.
That would be Etna, right?
Probably.
So that means Hummer is wrong.
I was kind of wondering if Hummer was wrong,
Oh,
and also
Humvee.
if Omer. Yeah.
Humvee.
Omer. So it is in fact the Greek or the Roman poet Ovid,
Of course.
and so then Etna, and so then that gives us a true clue. Well, no, we've already seen it. Just kidding. 21 down.
Blank
Follow
IS.
the news. Yeah.
Follow the news. They
Don
follow the news.
Don Quixote, get your negative energy out of here. Don, don't triple XE.
Donkey. Donkey. Don't get your negative. Okay.
Could it be T's under they follow the news like a T?
Do you know the Greek? Is that an alphabet? Is that a letter from the Greek alphabet? And you?
Tie. Psi isn't TS or isn't it like a TSI? Let's come back to it. Let's see. Let's look at 16 across again with its blank 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 XXX WIST
That clue is cocktail specification.
with a twist of lemon twist.
A twist. How does that work? The T is missing.
T 3 X's death at a funeral.
That's just so interesting.
Should we just build around it? Yeah, like 19 across or
yeah,
or
let's
36, 37 down. Yeah, 19
yeah,
across. Blank.
I am kind of curious if death at a funeral. I want to confirm that, but
Okay.
Should we try 36 down?
Yeah, the D blank blank.
Blue chip index.
That's the Dow, like the
The
Dow
Dow?
Jones.
Sure, the Dow. Is it?
W.
That's like short. Yeah, it's short for the Dow Jones Industrial.
Oh,
But
so
it
maybe it's
doesn't-
actually DJI.
I don't know.
Blue
Oh,
chip
but it doesn't
index.
indicate. It doesn't say to do it like short. I don't know.
Abbreviated, you're right. Okay, 37 down. E blank blank.
K's help it.
The letter.
K's help it.
That's weird.
The triple X is hat. Sorry, with a twist. I'm looking at Lindsay's comments now. With a twist. So, but how do we make it work? Is the Xer wrong, Gen Xer? She says the triple X is HAT.
HAT.
The
So
triple
with
X
a
is
twist. So HAT is just hidden in the X's. So put in WIT in front on 16 across, WIT, and then HAT is like a hat that's missing. And the hat is down here.
Ooh,
Do you see that the X's end up spelling out the 36 across? Is that it? ERA is up here. No, maybe not.
She says triple X equals HAT. Okay, well, if you've got some something to help us more than that, we'll take it because we don't get it yet. But we'll go on faith, like the man said.
So where should we go from here? 37 down
Sunburn.
didn't make any sense to me. I don't know that.
E blank blank K's help it. Yeah, let's go to 1 down.
Blank blank W blank blank blank.
Sunburn cause for short.
Sunburn.
Blank blank W blank blank blank.
Low SPF.
Yeah, I mean,
Would that be?
let's look at 19 across.
I like it. 19 across, S blank blank E. Chip in a way.
Chip in.
In a way. So we've got Lindsay is saying 30 across is don't hate. 30 across. Have we read that one yet? 30 across. She maybe means a 20 across.
20.
So don't.
Oh, it's hat. It's always hat. So in all these different
Oh.
D. So it's like death has hat in it. D. Deet hat a funeral or something.
Don't hate. Okay, so I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. Should we look at these other ones here then? The 54 across and 59 across to see if we can find where the hat is going to be and fill the X's in.
Yeah, and I will say Joe Trevino, past guest, also joining in and saying, so with the movie title, it's not HAT, it's XXX
Right,
question mark. So
I was just about to say.
He's suggesting that. Should we confirm that with 23 down?
So. And then an animal also called a Steinbach.
Yeah, that's blank blank blank
23.
H.
That's a
Oh, blank 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 X. Yeah, like
Right.
an ibex or something like
ibex.
Because 24, which is 4 down, ending in an X, would be onyx, ONYX.
Dark rock, yes.
Great.
Onyx.
Yeah, and then there's an X here in 25 down, blank 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 X blank.
The clue.
Pope, whose pontificate lasted less than 1 month in 1605.
Leo the something.
Yeah, Leo
maybe?
the 11th or something, or the 15th. I don't know. Should we look at?
Could be an I or it could be an X. Should we get to play the true clue game weirdly with
BNE blank for 28 across. We haven't looked at the clue, but what clue could you imagine that would be? BNE.
Oh, sorry, I went there.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
Oh, wait.
Did you guys see it? Did you
I
see
saw
it?
it, and which makes me think I might know the answer. But BNE, if we're doing the true clue game,
I don't have anything.
bondage and exercise games. I don't know. No, don't worry about it.
Let's do 33 across, right? Or is there something wrong with 28 across?
Well, no, let's just look at it. We were sort of I tapped on it for a second.
Oh,
rare blood type for short.
B neg.
B
negative.
Wow.
Yeah.
And 33. Pardon me. Oh yes, don't hate. That would be HAT.
Get your negative energy out of here.
Get your negative energy out. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 33 across is blank EYO blank blank.
The clue is thanks for noticing me, character of Kid Lit. Think Christopher Robin.
You did
Thanks
say
for noticing me.
You did say you would be able to help us with some.
I'm giving you the clue because I already know what the answer is.
It's
That's so
Eeyore.
obvious.
It's Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Yeah, you said it. Hopefully you said it.
Noticing me.
All right. So Leo the something. Let's look at 29 down. GRA blank blank.
Apt rhyme of nabs.
Grabs. Yeah.
Nice.
34 down.
Yeah. EF blank blank blank.
Return online ?
E-file, like your taxes.
Oh, tax
Yes.
return online.
Nice work.
E-file.
So it's a tax return. Is the question mark is our, something's amiss. We got to think about it.
It's a
non-traditional like.
It's a weird pun. What about now 42 across blank BI blank blank S?
And maybe an IBI or maybe an XBI or something.
Yeah.
So the clue is wetlands waders. Wetlands. So
Swamp. Wetlands.
Those are ibises, right? The
Ibises?
birds.
The birds. They're
birds.
wetlands. All about it.
Wow.
Okay.
And ibex is right over there, and ibis is right, but
ibis,
they're not even
ibex.
intersecting.
Nope.
Wow.
Just
And
in
onyx
different parts of the
and
pond.
leoxy.
I think I know number 41 across.
Okay, let's take a look. It's 4 blanks, 41 across.
Grain-shaped pasta. I should have also said I really love food. I might know food ones.
Ooh, nice. Is that
Orzo.
orzo?
Mhm.
Or so you think.
Orzo, you
Okay,
think?
we can play the true clue again. No, we already looked at these
We already
clues.
saw them.
36 down. DO blank is 36 down. That blue chip index.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put Dow.
Yeah.
37 down again. ER blank. K's help
Please
it.
help it.
ER.
Oh, erg?
Erg?
I'm not sure a G would go next to that W, but
No.
Sure,
let's
let's try it.
look at 43 across. W,
W.
blank 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 blank.
twiddles one's thumbs say. Weights.
Okay. Weights it is. Like Tom. 44 down.
Yeah.
S blank blank.
44 down. Beantown team.
That's the Sox.
SOX, so I'm seeing some more X's.
Yeah, some more X's here. So we could maybe think that 33 down probably has an X. 50 down maybe. Let's 33 down because that's got a bunch of letters.
ETOT blank 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 blank.
And it could
Harmful
be blank.
bacterial secretion.
Toxin something toxin.
That would
Toxin.
Yeah, that X has to go there.
I wonder if something is amiss.
Something is amiss.
Because Edo, maybe it could be Edo. We just don't know that word. How about 49 across? Blank O blank blank.
partner of fast.
Boost.
What did you say?
Boost is what I said, but I don't feel good about it.
I thought you said loose, like fast and loose.
Oh yeah.
Oh, loose.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like to play fast and boost with my wallet. 38 down's looking real interesting.
Yeah, AZIL blank 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 blank.
More than can be imagined.
A zillion.
A zillion.
All right. So then 50 down is likely going to be an X, right?
Yeah, but it's going to be a T as well. On 54 across, but it's going to look weird with an SX there. What's that? So 50 down. The SX.
Oh,
blank,
South
blank.
by Southwest. I'm sorry, I gave the answer before the clue. 50 down. SX blank blank annual Austin Festival familiarly. South by Southwest. SX.
Beautiful.
W.
Are they going to have one this year?
No.
Did they
I don't know,
Did they do an E
Texas,
for
they're
like an
weird.
online one? They probably did some events or something online.
Okay.
50. Let's see. How about 58 across? Blank blank II. Captain.
Blank blank I et blank. Et.
Some kind of Latin.
I think it's ALII. I think at Ali.
Oh, look what just happened there.
We've come across an answer that and clue that thread the whole clue together. It's I'll describe it here. It's 59 across. S followed by 10 blanks or maybe 9 blanks.
9 blanks.
and we can see that there's connections from 59 across all the way to
the puzzle
54,
highlights
36, 20, and 8, and 16 across. And the app does a great job of highlighting that. You're right,
Very
Daniel.
nice.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, app. And
Do you want me to tell us the clue of 59 across?
Yeah,
You
starts
ready
with
for
an
me to
S
give that
and
to you?
9 blanks. Yeah, go ahead, Erin, please.
Words of correction or a hint to 16, 20, 36, and 54 across. Words of correction or a hint to 16, 20, 36, and 54 across. So let's start with 16 across. With a twist. 20 across.
Don't hate.
Don't hate. 36 across. Death and a funeral. All with the XXX.
Yeah.
And 54 across.
Blank blank L XXX blank blank.
Fedoras.
For example. So if it is HAT,
they're hats.
Yeah.
but what kind of fedoras, for example, are full ale wall?
The hat is too far over though. It's like it has to be under 51 down. Can we look at 51 down? That E followed by 4 blanks.
Yes, and
51 down. What's more? 51.
Extra. Read all about it. So there's 4 X's in that. Do you see that?
Well, or toxin, etotoxin could be wrong.
That's
or
fair,
could it be,
Daniel. That's fair.
Could it be like a hat or something?
Or it could just be an X.
Well, if it's fedoras, then it's you're right.
It's going to be an S at the end probably.
Yeah.
So they're like
blank blank L XXXX S, and 4 X's are standing for.
It seems that 4 X's might. I'm gonna say that etotoxin is not correct.
Okay, let's see. But David, you feel good about ALII for the
I do. It could also be alia with an A at the end.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna clear it and the X.
Okay.
Loose looks good. Weights looks good.
We don't like eto. Eto. That looks weird, right? But I don't think it could be different. Maybe there's more X. Maybe there's X's there. Maybe there should be 4 X's.
Maybe there's actually more X's like here under
Yes.
don't hate. That could also be an X.
Yeah, that's perfect because that is a Greek letter.
Lindsay Nicola.
Yeah, and it's exotoxin. So there's 4 X's, and there 4 X's is 1 hat. So yeah, I'm sure that
interesting. But then, what does that other X represent? A T always?
Yeah, no. Maybe
I took that X out. I put in.
So I'm sorry. All 4 X's wind up being THAT.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, I see. You're right. So
yeah.
Indeed. So toxin is looking.
And then there's some wordplay with stop that or
yeah.
Right.
Words of correction. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
So it's X'd out. All the that's are X'd out.
Ooh, I like the
But it does stop doing
X. Stop doing X.
You think?
I don't know. Well, I think you have to put the X back in death at a funeral too. That T should be an X,
right.
And then we probably want the T to be an X there too.
Okay.
So should we finish out all the X's like that 3 down?
Yeah, 3 down. Blank blank X.
Down.
Blank blank.
A budding.
Next 2.
A budding.
But
we can play the true clue game. We haven't even looked at 1 across yet.
I went to a budding the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How was it?
Next to spectacular.
Nice.
True clue time. We haven't even. This is one of my favorite puzzles. Favorite moments of puzzling where we haven't even looked at 1 across, and now we get to do it as a true clue.
The true clue game opportunity here, and it's L blank N.
Could be blank line.
Landline.
Your perverted uncle, Len.
Yeah.
I was going to say blank Manuel Miranda.
Lynn. Nice, David. Here we go. 1 across.
True clue. Java server.
LAN? LAN? No.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's right. Okay, don't look at the clue. Okay. O blank E for 12 across, true clue game. Don't look at 27 across either. O blank E, though. Any ideas for...
I'm sorry, David, where are you?
12,
12 across.
12 across.
O blank
Okay.
E is the true clue game again.
Could be you might find it in a mine.
Or...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you switch from making them up. Like, my brain is still just trying to solve puzzles.
Yeah.
Mixing in your creativity, that
puzzle?
requires skill.
I'll say this. How about 12 across? True. My guess is a lonely number.
1.
Nice.
Nice.
It's the loneliest number.
All right. Well, if Erin has nothing to contribute this one, we're gonna.
I was
going to
say blank miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. O-L-E.
But I got distracted.
True clue time.
12 across. O blank E.
Migration formation.
And I think we did it. I think one might be wrong because it's V probably, right?
Yeah. It's VEE.
Yeah. So low SPF is wrong.
But with the W is still right.
Is
blank VW.
UV.
What are those bursts from the sun?
Rays. UV rays. So with a twist would be wrong. So
sunburn cause.
Okay, well the I is looking bad, but so is LAN. So instead of
it's not looking pretty.
Java server, U blank N could be
an urn.
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah, like not a computer server.
Right. Okay, so now the W I'm pretty sure is still right because that well, actually I guess it could be
with a twist. What else could that be with other than let's look at 2 down.
Specification.
REI blank blank blank.
Curtail rain in.
But wouldn't it be REIGN for rain? It's not REIN.
The G is like a king's reign.
Yeah, king rain.
Right. You are right.
A reign on a horse is. Yep.
Correct.
Or on a whatever thing you're going to reign in. It's metaphorical.
UV wave is probably what it is.
Yeah. Well, that
would make sense because the chip in a way would be anti. Vitriol, yes.
Chip in,
nice.
Sure.
And 27 across.
Brian
in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We
still get to play the game sometimes. If we fill them in, we can do. This doesn't happen very often, but we can do. We can still give our clues. You narrow in on a meaning usually because you can all see what it is.
So in this case, since we filled in anti and vitriol and eno, we could all try to guess a clue for those. Though we did see chip in already.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, so where to? We're doing pretty good on time. It says we've been doing this for 46 minutes. We do try to limit ourselves to 1 hour on the try.
You think 39 or 40 down, we could work from there?
Totally.
We got US blank blank. For
Exercises.
Uses. And then NE blank blank.
Oh, hold on. Let's true clue it up. 45 across.
45 across. SLE blank.
Whole lot. Slew.
Could be it could be MacGuffin, classic cinema MacGuffin.
I believe it's slew because then 40 down, what's happening, NE blank blank, would be news.
Oh, look at that. That's working it in there. Fine, but my answer, I think.
I am curious to know what you were going for, Daniel. SLE blank, a movie MacGuffin.
Greatest movie of all time, MacGuffin.
Sled.
Yeah.
Sled. Rosebud. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler.
For the greatest movie of all time. I still haven't seen Mank.
But that's wrong. So what's happening? News. You are right. It follows the 52 across. ESS blank 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 blank.
Magazine with the annual Black Women in Hollywood Awards. ESS.
Don't know.
Is it Essence?
Essence.
That sounds right to me.
Sure. 53 down, if so, is E blank blank.
Chow down, eat, EAT.
Yum.
57 across, A blank blank blank.
Makes a scene, question mark?
Acts.
Ah, clever.
Stop doing that. Stop something, 2 letters. Stop blank that.
Stop it that.
Stop it that. All right, let's look at 46 down and see if that all looks good. Blank N, CH, blank blank.
Inches, marks of a ruler.
Inches. Okay, that's looking good. 47 down, blank CT, A blank.
Clue there is
A to A, say.
A to A, say.
A to A.
Oct.
A to A, say.
Like actual. It seems like it's actual.
Actual doesn't fit.
Yeah, but that would be wrong.
That
so it would be ACTUAL, which I don't know. I just was throwing that out there.
A to A, say. But how is that?
Well, let's see if 46 across is. I'm just gonna go for it.
46.
IA blank.
I'm sorry, 46 across.
IA blank.
What an electrolyte produces, and I'm sorry, it will be ion.
Yeah.
Ion. So 47 on OCTA blank blank.
A to A.
Octave. It's an
octave.
It's music.
Well,
that was your opportunity to be the music.
I know you.
Well, let's true clue it up real quickly with 65 and 68 across.
EV blank for 65 across. EV blank.
EV blank. And that could not be. It could be first woman.
Eve.
Yeah.
It could be Wally's girlfriend.
Eva.
No, couldn't it? It couldn't because we already have Eva Mendes.
It couldn't be that again, right? Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry.
No duplicating, almost never duplicating answers in the New York Times crossword puzzle. The only time they've gotten away with it, I think, is when it's like different languages or something.
Well, and there's all these times it says the word that.
Right.
True. I forgot about that. Okay, so anyone else? Evie blank?
I don't know.
All right, here we go. 65 across. New Year's Eve. All right.
And then we could play the True Clue game twice now, 68 across and 48 down. So it looks like this, NESTE blank for 48 down, and then 68 across looks like SE blank.
So 48 down we're doing True Clue, or I'm reading
True Clue.
Okay.
68 across could be thirst in Tijuana.
Said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thirst, because then that would be nested for 48 down, and so I imagine you have some clue in your mind for that.
Settled in.
Okay, I was gonna guess something else. I was gonna say for 68 across, like vast expanse.
C SEA.
Yeah, I was going to have the same word, but it would be lost at.
Lost at C, and then that would fit for 48 down, because then you could say like popular, vending machine beverage.
Right.
Yeah, and the true clue for 68 across is
Maine,
and I think that is C, right? Like
on the Main.
Yeah, like a main is like a body of water. Maybe we should look that up.
I think we should. And then ST is filled in there for 48 down.
Yeah, brand with a 3-leaved logo.
Perfect.
Gosh, we should all have 3-leaved logos. Said Eve. Okay, so
what do you think? 56 down, or do you want to do 64 across?
Let's do 64 across.
Oh, yeah, WR blank 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 blank.
One whose work is on the books. A writer.
Writer, nice. Okay, so 60 down now is looking really interesting.
For a true
sorry.
game?
Well, we're running low
Daniel.
on time.
We're running low on time. Let's just do it. 60 across. PT blank.
Often mispunctuated word. Mispunctuated?
Mispunctuated.
How are you going to put a word like?
So
the O might be wrong too.
Yeah, the O could be wrong. Let's do
56 down. S blank I blank for 56 down.
Hindu honorifics.
Sri.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Okay.
Strike that.
Strike that.
Strike that. Because when you strike things, you put an X through them.
Right.
So you strike that and you end
words
up with
of
4
correction.
X's. Yeah. But then those X's can be misinterpreted and people will think, oh, it's the letter X, and I'll just put that in there.
Okay, let's look at 67
problem.
across.
67 across.
ASS blank blank.
Test as or.
Oh, it's assay. We just
Um,
filled in KEA and ERY.
Probably like a Mona blank for
Mauna Kea.
Uh-huh.
That's like a Hawaiian place in Hawaii.
Look at that. Nailed it.
Mhm.
And ERY suffix
with brew or quack?
quack.
Oh, brewery,
Quackery.
quackery.
Brewery.
Mhm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. You guys want to go down to the quackery after this
I'd love to be at the
Oh,
quackery.
they've got great pizza.
for a quick quaff?
Yeah.
Okay, 54 down.
Just 4 squares remaining here.
Yeah, we're just 4 square
F.
remaining.
A blank blank.
Bit of trivia.
Ain't that a fact? Okay, I'm jumping away. Don't look. We
Okay,
have some true
clue
clues.
game for 63 across and 66 across. 63 looks like this. C blank O-N.
And that could be animal you might trap up a tree. You have to write my accent in there somehow.
For short.
Yeah, you
Abbreviated-
might chase with your hound.
I got one for 63 across.
Okay. Okay. Go because Daniel suggested maybe he was going with coon.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to just skip over that.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Can't
was referring
say
to
as
the-
I blame you much.
Yeah. It's he was referring to the nickname for the raccoon.
Yeah.
Right.
My stepdaughter
Oh,
just
coon.
got a copy of where the red fern grows. Did you guys ever read that?
I sure did.
I
Y'all
didn't,
did
but
that.
one time my mom came and checked us out of school back when things were on TV, and we all came home and watched Where the Red Fern Grows.
Yeah. I don't remember the video, the movie of it as much as the book, but I did definitely watch the movie too. Made me cry. Well, you had a different op.
Yeah,
you know,
but
like
the
some-
moment has passed. Let's
Okay.
just stick with coon.
66 across, T blank N.
How much your mom weighs?
10.
Light as 10.
So, you know,
So
you
it's 10.
probably had a couple
10 stone.
100,000 people
10
that were there
stone.
to
10 stone.
nearly
Yeah.
140,
hear Trump
that's
for
pretty
one
good.
last time, possibly.
Is that right?
I
Is that
think
correct
for the
math
most part,
there?
they were peaceful people.
I think a stone is approximately 12 to
exercising
14
their
pounds,
First
but I'm not
Amendment
sure
right.
because
Obviously,
why would they have a
certain small
stone?
percentage of those people cross
Yeah,
the
I
those
line.
said
people
stone
are-
When you do
measurement
that
of weight.
and you cross
What do we
the
look
line
like,
and you start
stoners?
harming other people's property and you start harming people,
Well, then
you should be held
let's
accountable.
check
It's
one
the
of
same
them.
thing that
63
happened this
across.
summer
Yeah.
Let's see if
with,
I'm
the
right.
true
with
clue
most
is
people
let's
peacefully
go already.
protesting law enforcement issues, but some people
on.
cross the line.
Come on.
And they should be held accountable.
And
that's
So
the
they
game
should
Hold
be
on.
arrested and
Just- if you
prosecuted.
get it
As
with the
an-
mama
As
joke.
a law enforcement officer, you are behind that.
Yeah,
That was real
56.
fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Slower than
I
my
totally
average, just by.
I'm by minute 40.
Yeah, we went pretty fast. I think your help helped us
I'm so happy.
go, because we usually, when we do record on here, it's usually a lot slower. Sometimes we go over.
We never would have known that drum, Tabor.
A Tabor, I might have been able to
Oh.
fill in like I that kind of clicks now. But if I had maybe like the T and the B and the R, which You know, it was
It's
like-
basically
yeah, I could have maybe filled it in. Okay, so we also had Elmo in there for 55
yeah.
down, resident of 123 Sesame Street. Oh, that's some knowledge I didn't have. I didn't know. I didn't know that.
You
his
know
address.
Elmo's proper address.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I wonder if that's
Great,
where he
let's-
receives mail or if that's just where he lives.
Yeah, it's a box. He has a post office box.
Yeah.
For his Etsy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Tickle Me Me's. He sells parts of his. He cuts off part of his fur and sends it to people. All right, so what do we want to look up here? The Tabor, first of all, I'd say. Let's go to the internet and look at a picture of a tabor. Images.
Instrument.
Oh, I should add an instrument because it's a place as well. Instrument. Yeah, it's like a drum that you hold in your hand.
Mhm.
It's kind of looks like it's about the size of a snare drum, but it looks like it has like a leather, head. And, yeah, someone, like wearing it around their neck. I do see this guy is playing it with, 2 hands.
Oh dear.
So I don't know.
Somebody send an email to
Inspired.
Will
But this
Short.
guy is not. This guy looks traditional, and it's pipe and tabor, and that looks like a possibly like a
Wow.
classic combo, playing a pipe and a tabor, a drum and a flute. That's cool. Do we want to know any more of the history of it? I don't think we're gonna have a huge section this week, so we could take some time to see the background. And according to the Wikipedias, a tabor, tabret, or tabret, Welsh, tabor.
Oh, yeah.
How do they even, what? Apparently Welsh spells it Tabwrdd.
I think the W's are like an O for them.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tambour de Provence, or tambourine, as you said, is a portable snare drum, typically played either with one hand or with 2 drumsticks. Oh, so they were right because they said hand, not drumsticks. And as I see, you guys are playing with 2 drumsticks. There you go. Okay, Latin meaning drum, French. It's been used as a marching instrument, accompaniment in parades and processions. History.
Ooh, it's
Medieval.
classified as a membranophone. How about that word?
Oh. I can't remember anaphone anymore. Okay, well, that looks good. That's fun. Morris style tabor was used to accompany Morris style folk dancing. Morris dancers, you ever seen those? It's like like an old English kind of style of dancing where people wear like flower hats and bells on their shoes and dance around. I saw it in England on St. George's Day.
Wow.
It's like their George Washington's birthday or something like that. Okay, well, what else?
What else?
I
have
don't.
we
Yeah,
here?
I don't have the puzzle in front of me, so.
Okay, it's back. I brought it back
Yeah, thank you.
for your pleasure. Humvee. Trim.
So the Java server, an urn, really?
Yeah, coffee urn.
Java server.
Java coffee. You couldn't get
I
out of the
was
old
thinking-
developer's mindset there. That's your problem.
Yep. Well, also today Adobe Flash died. It was this
Oh,
Adobe
yeah.
Flash is no more, and so I was listening to a news thing about that today. So I think I was just thinking about
Mhm.
Java and
Yeah,
Flash,
sure.
whatever. All right.
All right. Well, let's see. With a twist, don't hate vitriol.
One that we filled in but never came back to was the Pope, who was only in his pontificate for 1 month, Leo the 11th.
Let's read a little bit about Leo the 11th. Oops, that's not right. XI. And according to the Wikipedia, Pope Leo the 11th was born in 1535, died in 1605. Head of the Catholic Church and ruler of the Papal States from 1 to 27 April 1605.
Wow.
27 days. Well, how did he die? Let's see. Death. When he was elected, he was almost 70 years of age, and he died 27 days later. His death came as a result of fatigue and cold in the ceremony of taking possession of the Basilica of St. John Lateran on 17 April. He started suffering a fever the following day. He was called Papa Lampo, Lightning Pope, because his papacy was so short. Well, that's just mean.
Well,
don't talk about my short papacy.
Papa Lumpo, so short.
Great. Well, that's fun. Papa Lampo, Lightning Pope.
interesting.
Got a nice beard in this portrait. Red robes. All right. Orzo ibises.
Can I tell you? I looked up "Death at a Funeral." The
we should
Oz
definitely
movie.
be looking that up, right?
So yeah, it's a movie with it's a British cast, I think, except for Alan Tudyk, but mostly British cast. A lot of people from Game of Thrones are in it, like Peter Dinklage.
This is 2010 dark comedy.
Oh, this is nice.
2007. The thing is, Frank Oz made this movie. It's crazy, right? He made this movie, Death at a Funeral, and then it was remade 3 years later by Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence.
What?
In the United States, like an American version of it, mostly an African American version of it.
A black comedy version of it.
Literally, more like exactly.
Literally a black comedy.
But Frank Oz. Isn't that a weird connection though? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that is funny. Let's see what else Frank Oz has directed, because he really does have an interesting career. For those who don't know, Frank Oz was the voice of
Yoda,
Kermit,
Miss Piggy. Kermit too, huh?
Fozzie. Oh no. Kermit, was Jim Henson,
and Miss Piggy was
Piggy,
Frank Oz.
Fozzie
Bear, Miss
Bert, Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Really?
It's great.
Gonzo.
And so let's take a look at his director credits, though, because he's directed quite a few films.
He doesn't do Grogu, does he?
I don't think so. I don't like this layout. I'm gonna try this. I want to have his filmography. There we go. Let's see, director. Okay, so Death at a Funeral, Stepford Wives.
Oh, wow.
The Score in 2001, which is it's like a heist movie.
Yeah.
With Marlon Brando, one of his last movies, I think.
Edward Norton does a kind of like he plays a handicapped character. He plays a thief that impersonates a handicapped character. It's kind of
Bowfinger, In and Out. Klein, what's his name?
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline, based on the outing of a high school drama teacher done by, who was it? Tom Hanks in the Oscars. Do you guys know this story?
I don't know.
Tom Hanks plays a gay man in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And he wins the Oscar. And he, in his acceptance speech, thanks his high school drama teacher.
Oh.
And I don't know if he outs him, like if he wasn't out already, but he does this thing where he's like, my high school drama teacher who was gay. And so the Kevin Kline movie, In and Out, he plays a high school drama teacher whose student goes on to win an Oscar, his student Matt Dillon, who thanks him in the Oscars and says, and my high school drama teacher who was gay. And he's a married man in a small community that he's not gay, except that by the end of the movie he realizes he is.
And all of them
Tom
know
Selleck
that he
has
was
to
the
kiss
teacher.
him for him to realize it, though. So
all of them know that he was this.
I'd be gay for Tom Selleck.
Yeah, with mustache. Sans mustache, he can no.
Then he directed Indian in the Cupboard.
Indian in the Cupboard, House Sitter.
What about Bob?
Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. Sorry, I skipped over Muppet Vision 3D because
it's a short.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. Sesame Street. Oh, there's a little nice connection. Sesame Street. The Muppets Take Manhattan, and The
Dark
Dark Crystal. His first movie was The Dark Crystal. I actually skipped over some of his newer stuff. After Death at a Funeral, episode of Leverage, a TV series, Muppet Guys Talking, some movie about
it's just like a documentary.
like a documentary with the voice of the Muppets that you got.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, well, that was fun. That was a nice little jaunt into the Frank Oz Ozziness. Anything else from the puzzle that we need to attend to?
I've never heard of the magazine Essence.
Oh, yeah. Let's find out about Essence. Essence magazine. Okay. Latest from Essence. Black Women's Lifestyle Guide. Black, Lovely, and Beauty is at least the Google search top results. And according to their website, it's a monthly lifestyle magazine covering fashion, beauty, entertainment, and culture. First published in 1970, the magazine is written for African American women.
That's a really, really obscure.
Well, you got Michelle Obama on the cover. You got Janet Jackson.
No, I mean, it's an obscure reference. Maybe I'm,
I mean, it's they don't shy away from their, hard references in
like a harmful bacterial secretion. Also obscure.
Also, there was a blog a few months back that came out that was criticizing the New York Times for not representing enough diversity of content in the clue writing.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I think they could do better, but
also, how many magazines can you name off the top of your head?
Oh, this is like the Sarah Palin challenge. Well, there's Time, and then there's Newsweek, and then there's the New Yorker.
Atlantic.
There's the Atlantic. Yeah, don't forget. Oh, there's Wired magazine.
Mad.
Oh, don't forget about Mad. Right.
Yeah. Cracked. Reader's Digest. Is that a magazine? Technically. Highlights. You remember?
None of those are ones I would have picked yet. But keep going.
Okay.
Car and Driver.
Highlights magazine.
Car and Driver.
Buff Body. What are the Men's Health?
Cosmopolitan.
The New
Oprah
Era
magazine.
L. Details.
Tiger Beat. Nice.
Simple.
Ebony.
Good Housekeeping. I don't know. I just don't see any magazines anymore. I guess I'm just out of touch. Really, is the thing.
Well,
Sharper Image Catalog.
Sharper Image Catalog. Sky Mall. Technically a magazine.
Playboy.
Yeah, my favorite one. I forgot.
Playgirl.
No, that's all right.
Okay. Well, that's good. I think that'll do us for our etymological pass. It's in the etymological past. Except, you know what? I do kind of want to look up. I want to look up vitriol on
the old
online.
Etym Online.
Yeah. Let's see about.
Okay, wait. This is another way to play a good guessing game. Wait, before we do it, shoot. I was going to say try to guess the original language, and I was going to guess Old French, and there we go, Old French.
Vitriol.
Vitriolique.
Late 14th century, sulfate of iron from Old French vitriol, 13th century. From medieval Latin, vitriolum, vitriol, noun use of neuter of vitriolus, variant of late Latin vitriolus, of glass, from Latin vitreous, of glass, glassy, from vitrium, glass.
Interesting.
Okay, that's, yeah. So
how did that come to be used as...
Okay, so called from its glassy appearance in certain states, meaning bitter or caustic feelings, first attested in 1769 in reference to the corrosive properties of vitriol. When heated, it produces sulfuric acid, formerly called oil of vitriol. Wow. That's interesting indeed. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's means glass, but it means heated glass, and the oil of it is sulfuric acid, which is
corrosive.
Yeah.
It sounds like the Spanish word for glass. When you think about it, vidrio.
Vidrio.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, have you guys? Can you guys think of any examples of vitriol of late? I can't.
Actually, part of the reason why I wanted. Well,
you ready to jump into your
used
art
this
section?
word. My mom has used this word within my recent memory.
Is she vitriolic, or did she just use it
No,
to
she was
describe someone else?
referring. She was referring to the behavior of my ex-husband.
No. Don't get you started.
Yeah. But that should tell you too that how kindly my mom talks about it. She has to put a fancy word. She can't just say he acts like an a-hole.
Well, she's just thinking. Just.
I know she's a sweet lady. She
thinking of your
puts it
ears.
smartly.
Well, let's move on to our art section. Hold on. Oh, no, I can't find my bell. Oh, hold on.
This is where Daniel gets his instrument out that he used to make a certain noise. Is it like the theme bell?
I love it.
Okay, now it's time for our art section. Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Frank Oz.
Frank Oz. Yeah, isn't that random? No, today I'm going to review a show that oh, look at that. There it is. Recent searches. I just can't get enough of Kath and Kim, but that was last
last
or 2 weeks.
last
whatever.
episodes, yeah.
Last episodes. This week it's a show that my wife and I watched the first episode of, and I cannot wait to watch some more.
Oh.
It is a show that takes place in Britain.
Ah, the old UK.
It is a show with a lead. The lead is a comedian.
A British comedian?
No.
Oh, an American comedian.
Yes.
Rob Delaney?
No.
Oh.
But you're in the wheelhouse. He's like kind of a rich man's Rob Delaney, I would say.
Rich man's Rob.
The show title is his name. He's the eponymous character.
Okay.
This actor was on Saturday Night Live for many years.
Oh, it's Ted Lasso.
Yes.
You watched Ted Lasso?
Yes. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Erin, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but it looks interesting.
I've only seen one episode, so I think I could share the stuff from the first episode.
Sure.
It's pretty much all set up in the first episode,
and it's you can kind of describe it high concept. You could describe it in one sentence, and you get
Sure.
the gist of it. But it doesn't. The gist isn't helpful for why it's amazing. It is not because of its premise. It's more
the premise.
the execution.
As a show rarely is. I mean, a premise doesn't get you very far. The concept.
Execution is perfect, though. I think it's an amazing show.
I'm so glad. That makes me even more excited to go and see it. So the one sentence premise, as given to us by the gods at IMDb, follows U.S. American football coach Ted Lasso heading to the UK to manage a struggling London football team.
Stand shoulder to shoulder with you as we defend the United States of America, as we defend our Constitution, as we defend our freedom, and we will not go quietly into the night. We will defend liberty.
Well, he's not a soccer coach. He's a football.
He is a
He's an
football
American football coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty bold premise indeed.
Pretty
but
bold.
I feel like they handle the setup, at least so far, very well in depicting the myriad of reactions of people to this brash decision.
And also Jason Sudeikis. Gosh, he has my heart. I love him.
Starring Jason Sudeikis, who is just like, he's kind of, I mean, he hasn't had like a lot of starring vehicles up to this point. He's had a few movies. He had this movie, which I haven't seen, We're the Millers. Anyone see that one? With
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Not very great.
High concept here. A veteran pot dealer creates a fake family as part of his plan to move a huge shipment of weed into the U.S. from Mexico. It could end up being very funny. It's got Jennifer Aniston, Ed Roberts.
There's some
Roberts.
Funny gags in it, and there's some funny
Nick Offerman and Catherine Hahn. Those are all funny people.
Yeah.
And Luis Guzman playing
Tom Lennon,
playing against type, but playing a Mexican cop. So here we go. Ted Lasso. Nobody else in it so far that I recognize, but from the previews, you don't you get a taste of what his character is like, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be if his character was going to be a bit of an idiot, a bit of a bit kind of thick, as they might say
in England.
And
as they believe Americans are.
And I would say that it is, from the first episode, he's quick, he's clever, but he's so simple. He's so direct and so like on his sleeve, kind of, at least in his kind of down homeness or whatever. He's just this like kind of like, classic, nice football coach so far. But he's very much out of his elements, that fish out of water story. But he's got a great sort of like buddy that is there. He brings a coach with him, so they're going to coach together, and they have this great banter between them. Just like this really quick. They're clearly like work together for a long time and finish each other's sentences and things like that. So, so far I don't know much more about it, and maybe David, since you've seen more, you can say more without spoiling it. But it was fun, and
yeah, it is fun. It paints. The other thing is that it's made. This is an Apple TV product, and I think it's interesting to consider the product that's coming from that company, and the messages tend to be, human messages with positive angles. I don't know. I recently watched The Morning Show, and I loved it. But that's not my art section.
It's not your section.
Ted Lasso is great. Yeah, he has this positive attitude that you're describing. He is simple, but he assumes people are being honest with him, and he.
But he's also not. He's no Forrest Gump. He's not like he's not that thick. He's in fact very quick. It seems.
And he's a great coach.
Can't wait to watch some more.
I didn't. The other thing that I will agree with you about, Daniel, is that it has a great cast of people that I've pretty much never seen before, all British, actors. And I have seen Juno Temple. I think she's in it, right? She.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She is in it. She was in Atonement and maybe some other things. Juno Temple. I think she has. But everybody's great in this, and she's as good as anyone else. And they're all fun performances, and I'm glad. I hope there's more. I'm glad to see what happens in future seasons.
Look at her.
What is that? Nice. Little birds. Don't know that. The main woman in it, the owner of the team, who she seemed vaguely familiar, but the only thing she's been in like kind of smaller roles. It looks like this looks like a fairly I don't know. None of these shows that she is listed in stand out to me. She is in Sex Education, which is a series that I've caught a little bit of. My wife's watched that. It's got Gillian Anderson.
Right.
And also she had a recurring role on Game of Thrones. she was part of she was Septa something. What did that say?
Septa something.
Septa Unelia. I think she works with the this, what's that family? I don't know. I can't remember.
One of the families. One of the families.
She's always wearing like a fully covered hat in her role. She's like let's see, that's not it.
Oh.
Keep going. Get to her in Game of Thrones. Oh, that's not her. Cersei. There she is.
Oh, she's wearing like a veil.
Habit.
Yeah. So the Natalie Dormer character, the one that I can't remember her name either, but the sort of wealth, the really wealthy Southern family, she serves them. She's like a lady in waiting or something.
I see her now.
Anyway.
I don't remember her from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
So who's up next, Erin? You didn't watch Game of Thrones?
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh.
However, give it a miss.
Well, schedules, blah blah blah, whatever. I did watch something though over the summer that I have watched again and tried to get as many people to watch as possible, and I'm going to tell you about it. It's Lovecraft Country. Have you watched it?
Oh yeah, I've watched like the first 3 episodes.
That's it? You stopped at 3?
Yeah, I
You didn't think the acting was impeccable? That the 1950s Chicago was incredible? That Journey Smollett, like her acting, it's so, the music.
I thought it was all fantastic. I just I think it was the timing of like what in my mind it evoked,
right?
Feelings, and they felt a little too like I just wasn't ready to keep going with it, but I will definitely finish it.
I love it. I love it. It's very powerful, and just the, this intersection of 1950s Chicago and racism and all of the issues involved there, and magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so the concept is kind of, a young, so the stinger here on the or the what do you call it? Just the first the one liner. A young African American travels across the U.S. in the 1950s in search of his missing father.
Which misses that is so. I would say
leaves out all of the magical and
that's not even close. That encompasses one. I guess that's the jumping off point for the story.
Yeah. But you've got Kenneth Michael Williams of The Wire, Omar.
Amazing.
Of The Wire.
Yeah, Omar himself. Yeah.
David, have you watched any Lovecraft Country?
I have not. I'm sorry to say I have not watched any Lovecraft Country.
So pause at Abby Lee while you're scrolling through this. Abby Lee is she is tall and willowy, and her movements are so well choreographed in some of the scenes. And there's good versus evil, of course, because that's what makes any story about magic worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
And she, even though she represents this kind of evil side, she is light-haired, light eyes, and she is just mesmerizing. Every single, look at her. She just...
And I recognized her from Mad Max. She plays the one of the women of one of the wives of the Imperator, or whatever they call him, the
Immortan Joe.
Yeah, Immortal Joe, and she's the she's the pregnant one, I think, in
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
If for no other reason than to just watch the people in this show.
Yeah, and then Journey Smollett is really good.
She is so good. She is so good. Let's look at pictures of her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Birds of Prey.
I heard that was good. One critic put it on their top 10 list.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Wow.
Can you pull up pictures of her just from Lovecraft Country?
Let's see. We can
just look at, because here's the other really incredible thing about this series is that they have used authentic vintage clothing. Even the books in the house, they have tried to make it as authentic to 1955 as possible. And so her outfits floor me. Look at her mouth. Like this woman. And then we have Atticus, the other main character. He is also, he is fascinating to watch, and to watch them all interact is...
Yeah, I really enjoyed him as well. He's very
look at him.
Yeah.
Like I'm just in love with seriously every character. Letty's sister in the film, we just saw a picture of her up above, and I can't remember her name in real life, but she is from let's look. Her name is Wunmi Mosaku. She is from somewhere in Africa, grew up in London, and is playing this
she's the singer, right? She's like a
in
You passed her, Daniel. She's up above.
Where?
Further up.
Further up.
There she is.
Uh-huh.
Her almond-shaped eyes and the color of her skin, again, like I'm just so fascinated and in love with, look at her face. Look at how beautiful she is.
Yeah, she's, and if she was doing the singing in that scene, those opening scenes, she was, and that,
these pictures, I guess I thought Lovecraft Country was going to be about like sci-fi and crazy.
Well, so
creatures.
It's playing off of the like this idea that like some of the Lovecraft novels, like storylines, are based on these real pockets of like weirdness around the country, at least as far as I got. I didn't get far enough to actually understand. That's sort of the setup, is like, there's some things happening, we have to go to these areas, and when we go to them, there's weird shit happening there that is
there's historical magic that people thought was fiction, but it's actually real.
And Journey Smollett is sister to Jussie Smollett.
Yes.
And I like this guy too, Courtney Vance. Spoiler. Yeah.
I know.
He doesn't last the series.
But also, one of the very first scenes, and I don't know if you watched this, Daniel, but one of the very first scenes, he's in bed with his wife, and it's like this married couple that, like, they've clearly been married for a long time, but their interaction is so tender. It is so
it was
lovely,
a beautiful
and
scene.
it's just like so sweet, and you can feel the comfortability of them. It's just.
And he has interesting. Him and his wife have an interesting job. They basically write a green book. They publish a travel guide for people of color to be able to go around the country and know where to stay. And he's good.
David, I hope you watch it, and then can we please have a discussion about it when you're done? Because clearly I love it so much.
Yeah, sure.
It was actually not the thing I was going to tell you about today. It's just an example of I only watch. That's the only show that I have recently watched. I never saw Game of Thrones. I didn't ever finish Westworld, which, Daniel, you and I started watching at some point. I never finished watching it. But I watched this and could not stop watching it. I love it.
Stacy loved it. She flew through the whole thing, and she listened to a podcast that was a companion podcast put out by HBO or whatever, and she highly recommends that as well. So
okay, I'm looking it up.
All right, well, David, shall I stay in IMDb for your share?
You can, but no, you shouldn't really, because it's not there. I have mine is an odd one. Maybe it's an audiobook.
Oh, nice.
And it's a new kind of format of audiobook. I don't know if you've come across these.
Is it
you
on
can get
Audible?
This one on Audible. Yeah, I tend to go. I trend to pick an art section piece that has characters, or that is a story that has been told in other media. So this is Neil Gaiman's The Sandman. The Sandman comic book series is a graphic novel that that's been around for a long time. I think maybe it was Neil Gaiman wrote that in maybe like the 80s or 90s. I don't know. And then there was a novel version of it written, or maybe it was the other way around. It was a novel first. Maybe then it was a graphic novel first, and it was celebrated, and now it's been changed into an audiobook. And I don't know if it ever has been a novel, actually. But it's been novelized to be read out loud, basically.
Right.
But the reading isn't done by one person. It's done by a cast of characters, and it's really, and there's also sound effects and music. So it's not an audiobook per se. It's more like audio theater.
Right.
And Neil Gaiman himself reads he as the narrator for this. And what you've pulled up is the comic book. It's worth looking at the images because it's pretty dark and disturbing stuff. But the Sandman is the mythical figure who controls the realm of sleep. And this is, in other cultures, he's been called Morpheus or the Lord of Sleep, or he has different names. He goes by Morpheus. Morpheus is his kind of name in this.
Morpheus, and morphine was named for Morpheus because it is the drug of sleep.
The drug of the god of sleep. Yeah. So other performers that read on this are Riz Ahmed, Kat Dennings, Taron Egerton, James McAvoy. James McAvoy does the voice of Morpheus or Sandman.
My boyfriend, he didn't tell me he was doing that.
Yeah, he must have. Yeah, does he keep in touch a lot, or?
James, I haven't talked to him yet today, but I'm going to call him right after this.
And then Samantha Morton and Andy Serkis and Michael Sheen, just an amazing cast of performers, who. And then, so the story itself, and Neil Gaiman wrote this audio play, and I've read through the comics, the graphic novel enough to know that he really just this is just an adaptation. It's a direct adaptation from the comic book to this, and it tells the same story, but successfully in this platform. And it accomplishes it. I think it's a beautiful thing. The character of Sleep of Morpheus is interesting. The power to travel through dreams and transcend time and space. At different times you might. I think in the thing you're in Shakespeare's dreams. So you're interacting with figures in Shakespeare's imagination, and then you hop to people who are paralyzed in Jamaica in modern day, contemporary times, and then you travel all over through the dreams of history and modern time. It's just really great stuff.
Interesting.
The Sandman.
That's very cool. I would love to check that out. Neil Gaiman came up on Blank Check recently. They're doing Robert Zemeckis still, and
yes, he wrote. He was involved in writing Beowulf. Is that it?
Yeah, he's one of the writers credited on the screenplay Beowulf.
I never knew about that.
Yeah,
but this was. I think wasn't he involved even before Zemeckis signed on? Maybe,
yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a very cool thing to hear, because I'm all about audio stories.
Yeah, and
to see how
the way they fill your imagination,
And is it a DC comic?
DC comic?
Yeah, it is a DC comic. Yeah, in fact, actually, Batman is in it. You get to dream. You go into Batman's dreams, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, like because Morpheus transcends all. It's kind of like it's almost like Deadpool. He in the graphic novel, he has the freedom to transcend all of these different universes of stories, because he's sleep. He's sleep. He's universal. It's pretty fun.
Well, what a great submission there. Can't wait to check that out. That's definitely. Well, Erin, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We definitely got a little bit of music clues, and we had a few kids lit.
Yeah, came in strong on the Eeyore.
Real good with that Eeyore poll.
Yeah.
And any other housekeeping? If you haven't subscribed to us or liked us, why don't you like us? Subscribe and like us. You can find us on YouTube now, where we're going out. We're still going out on Sultan Studios for the time being, just to kind of push people, to get, people have been watching it there. But we are going to be moving eventually totally onto our sole YouTube channel, Crosspod Wordcast on YouTube. You can join us nearly every Thursday. We like to usually solve around 5:30, on a Thursday night. And maybe the world will calm itself down in the weeks to come.
Yeah, they shut down his Facebook account and maybe his Twitter account.
Yep. Well.
Oh dear.
And thank you to Sultan Studios, producer Sam on the engineering side again tonight, as always. And if you have any complaints, send them to David.
That's how you can do that at xpod wordcast on Twitter or crosspodwordcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing your feedback or any your reviews on our podcasting platform, because it's not just YouTube. We're also on an audio podcast, and we're on Spotify, folks.
Yep, all the places. And that seems like a pretty good place to stop recording.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Erin. That was fun.
So hit stop recording.
I'm going to stop recording. My battery on my